Hello. Welcome in, everyone. I'm going to check the sound on my end, make sure we're good at a good level. You guys can all hear me. Come on in. Come on in. Hello. Yes, we good. All right. Welcome in. Hi, Sister Sonia. Welcome in. And I'm going to take care of a few things, wait for a few of you guys to come on in. Join in, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you're feeling good. When you come in, go ahead and shout out your city, your country, your tribe, your vibe, whatever it is, however you are feeling today. And we're going to get into this video. And to be honest with you, this is kind of impromptu, but I think Source wants to send a message today to maybe a few people. So let's just go ahead and get into this. And I'm gonna wait for you guys to come in here while I take care of a few things. I hope you guys are feeling good. I'm feeling good. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day. It's been a very, very good day. Very, very good day. It's been a really good year, guys. Who's been having a good 2026? I know it's not the official new year, right? It's the Matrix new year, but so far so good. So who's been having a great new year? Shout that out. If your 26 is better than the 25, right? All right. All right. It'll be interesting to see where we go with this one. Very, very interesting. All right, guys, let me make some announcements here while you guys are coming in. Welcome in. Hi, beautifuls. Come in, come in, come in. Guys, when you come in, please subscribe to the channel. Help me grow. This channel has been very, very heavily sedated and scrutinized because of the content from day one. I have almost 1,000 videos on this channel and not quite yet cracked 8K subscribers. So you do the math and you will understand what is happening. So when you guys subscribe to the channel, it shows that you like this channel. When you like the video and you comment and you share, it shows that you like the content, and that helps us grow and to expand, baby, because I am Tahira, mother of the mofo ages. No, I am mother of the ages. Tahira, I am a supernatural quantum healer, a past life regression hypnotherapist, ancestral medium, and a spiritual teacher and an ascension coach. And I am here to literally lead humanity into the higher sphere and realms of consciousness. And this is not for play. This is actually for real. This is a real job. This is a real calling. This is why I'm here as a soul. And, when I engage in the content that the collective likes, it really does, help me connect into the collective soul body and really expand these things happening around us so that we can understand the duality, because you ain't getting out of the matrix unless you have the paradigm shift, understanding the polarities, collapsing the timeline by understanding both sides, and then that's how you go to the 0 point consciousness, becoming light as a feather and the eye of the needle, which is possible when you collapse the timelines, when you collapse being separate, when you collapse being rightist or leftist and black or white, or or from America or from somewhere else. Do you see what I'm saying? When you get out of the boxes that the Matrix got, girl, I'm preaching up in here. When you get out of the boxes that the Matrix God set up, you really do start to shift, and you go through the point in the heart, which is the ascension point, to now be birthed out, through the seventh chakra, and we are getting into the eighth sphere. The eighth sphere is when you are above the rim. This is where we're going. We are not going into astrals. We're going even past the seven heavens, where we become an observer of all things, and we truly, truly are sitting in the seat that we can we can learn, we can view, we can expand, we can grow. And that's how you get back home to source. You got to get out of the seventh realms, guys. So we're going into the eighth sphere. So I say that to say that that's what I'm here for. And so here we have another situation happening. An ICE agent deletes a woman. And there's some people online saying this is a F around and find out. Well, that's maybe what the cardinal self says, but I really don't think that is what the spirit realm says. And to be honest with you guys, I don't watch none of this stuff. I watch zero of this stuff, to the point where, like, I'm talking to it for the first time. I come down here and I talk for the first time, and then this is how we get the expansion. Then I expand the templates out. Is this even a real situation? I mean, obviously, a real life was lost, obviously, but, well, I don't know that. I haven't watched it. I don't know. I really don't know that. And that's the thing, guys. We can't just, I came out here to say something else, but wait, I'm giving a disclaimer. See, this new vibration is going to teach us a lot of things. Everybody thought that didn't everybody think that Charlie was killed live on camera, but he really truly wasn't. But he was taken underground or whatever he was taken. And then now he was taken underground to an undisclosed location. And watch the psychic investigation for that. And we may touch upon that again, because we have some naysayers and some haters. They don't understand the way the game works. Sorry. Sometimes I like to get in my just get in my bag like that. But they don't understand that this is a stage. So I can't truly say that the woman passed away because A, I didn't watch it, and B, we can't really judge with these eyes. I don't even need to watch it. I'm just going to judge with my spiritual eye, because these eyes now, guys, they don't matter, because there's so much AI, there's so much everything. So don't even worry about these natural eyes. Like, you can just put those in your back pocket somewhere. It's all about the spiritual eye, and the eye that looks outside and within and all around. And so this is what we're going to get in today. And we're going to actually, read a little bit about the situation. Don't know much about it, but I thought it was interesting the way that certain people, you have the way that people on the left are portraying things, and then you have the people on the right. And it's very, very interesting. And this is kind of, where I want to go within this video. Welcome in, everyone. Reading a comment. Hey, Alexa, play what? Say that girl. Oh, Alexis, play Beyonce That Girl Because You That Girl, for real. Oh, thank you. Hey, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Okay, so, guys, listen. I haven't watched much about this situation. We're going to check this thing out together. That's what we're going to do. So let me go ahead and, actually, I need to take care of one thing. I think I already did. Okay, so now I need to just queue up a few things here, and we will take a look at this. Now, the first thing I do want to say, I'm going to just read this to you guys. And it says, here's a video filmed by the U.S. immigration agent who fatally shot a woman in Minneapolis on Wednesday. Why does everything happen in Minneapolis? What? Is this thing on the 33-degree parallel? Please, someone look that up. I don't know. But it seems like there's a lot of activity there all the time. It's given a ritual site. That's what it's given. Because didn't the whole George Floyd thing happen there? What? Someone look that up, please, and put that in the chat for me. Did George Floyd situation not happen in Minneapolis, right? So anywho, this happened on Wednesday, and it said the 40-second footage obtained by Minnesota-based outlet Alpha News shows Renee Nicole Good sitting behind the wheel of her car and speaking to the officer. Renee Nicole Good. Is this actually her name? And by no means, guys, we like to have fun here. And we know, I'm a spiritualist. Every soul, no matter how we leave here, we are always fine. There's a part of us ourselves that is just observing the experience, right? So I'm not here on the 3D. I'm like always out the crown chakra. So this is kind of where I'm viewing this stuff from. I am looking at, when we zone out, I'm looking at some weird synchronicities. I don't know anything. I'm reading this for the first time, but Renee Nicole Good. Renee, that just rings. That just has a vibrational ring to me. It's interesting because there's two first names, and then we got Good, which is like, remove one of those O's, and then we get God, So it's just interesting. I'm not saying nothing about it. I'm just making a point that just rang interesting to me. Okay. So, moving right along, let me continue reading here. It says U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. Boy, that vice president. Do you notice? Okay, hold on. Come on. Okay. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance shared a clip on social media commenting that the agent had acted in self-defense. Local officials have insisted the woman posed no danger. Good's wife had paid tribute to the 37-year-old, saying that the pair were trying to support their neighbors when she was shot. Her death has sparked protest across the U.S. We always love protests, this U.S. President Donald Trump's administration says Good tried to run over the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, officer in act of domestic terrorism. Why is everything that they don't like domestic terrorism? Do you know they're even saying that being black and proud of being black is domestic terrorism? Like anything that goes against, whoever's in the office agenda is like always domestic terrorism. It's like a word that the left and the right will throw around when they don't like something. I digress. Democratic Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. Guys, sorry. I'm sorry. I see too much. I should not see as much as I see. Let me stop. That just last name just reminded me of something, but I'm going to keep it there. Let me try to get through this. Okay. Describe the account as garbage based on the footage video. The BBC has asked the Homeland Security Department and the White House for a comment on the new video that emerged on Friday. The footage starts with the officer getting out of his car and filming Good's vehicle and registration plate while he walks around the Honda SUV, a dog in the back seat. Good says, "That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you." Her wife, Becca Good, is standing on the street filming the interaction with her mobile phone. She tells the ICE agent, "That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It will be the same plate when you come back later." So I'm not about to go into all that. But the whole point, I want to add something. Why does JD Vance, okay, do you notice he's like an instigator? If you guys watch the Charlie Kirk psychic investigation, there's a whole playlist over, 60, almost 70 videos at this point. JD Vance is actually the owner now of Turning Point USA. This is what Spirit has said. This is, in fact, has happened. This Turning Point USA, they were always just building this vehicle up to steal it, from Charlie. So it's truly used to funnel government funds. That is what it's for. And JD Vance has acquired it. This is what source has said. And so JD Vance, you notice how he has to get on his social media every time there's a big event. Look what happened when Charlie had the PSYOP incident. And then now look what happened with this. Why is he on his social media? He's doing more on social media about petty crimes. And I'm saying petty crimes, not that the life is petty, but compared to where you're supposed to be in the White House, these are petty crimes, sir. He's doing more social media outreach and watering seeds than he is actually doing the vice president's work. It's what I'm saying, because do you notice something here? He is literally in charge of Turning Point USA, and Turning Point USA was all about what? Social media presence. We're all about, the debates. He has assumed the role because if you remember in the psychic investigation, he said that he's the one who shot Charlie. And what that means is he's the one who did this whole thing to Charlie. The whole plan, the PSYOP, all the stuff that was done, is a series, and even maybe down to the eating of the brain. That one is saved for the Pope, but that's another story. You had to be there. So, anywho, just saying. And I know if you come in here and you saying this woman is crazy, no, I'm just really, really aware, and I'm gonna say woke. And I'm reclaiming that word because you guys stole it and start using it wrong. No, woke means conscious. It means you ain't gonna be able to get over on me, and I can see BS and I can spot it from a mile away. By the way, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. You have to understand, I do this for fun, but it's a true serious situation. It truly is. But all I'm saying is that, you know, I got all the, not only just all the clairs, I'm telepathic. Like, I just feel energy and I uncode frequency. So you're not going to be able to get a lot of stuff past me. Eventually I will catch on. And this is just very obvious and very poor written. And it's obvious that they're still playing the right and left game. And I'm so sick of both of these people, the people on the right and the people on the left. Like, I'm done and I've had it with both parties. When this is the left, we had the George Floyd PSYOP happening. Now, just because someone really loses their life, rest in peace, George Floyd, just because someone really loses their life, and I honestly haven't looked into it, so I don't really know if he truly lost his life because I didn't psychic investigate that. I'm just saying what it was shown. It appeared that way, right? Just because someone really truly loses their life does not mean it's not also a PSYOP and it is not part of a Masonic plan for power and control. So we had the Minneapolis, once again, George Floyd. And then you had the Charlie Kirk situation. So you had the left, something happened on the left, it was George Floyd. And then somebody took someone on the right, which is Charlie Kirk, right? And now we have, you know, someone took someone on the left, which is Renee Nicole Good. And what do you think's going to happen next? Aren't they so good at recognizing the patterns? What do we think happens next? Someone on the right will lose their life. Do you see what I mean? When you come up in consciousness, you can see that we're all being used and baited. We are a pawn in their political game. In their political game for political gain. That's all this thing is what I'm seeing. You could be a real victim and also being used for political game and gain all at the same time. Okay? So now let's take a look at this first video here.
We now
let me show you this one first because this guy used to be in the military. So we will look at his video first. Let me check that chat. Okay, you guys are doing good. Okay. Minneapolis, because I have family there and they have been posting about it. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. Alrighty.
That can look at that video of what happened to that woman in Minneapolis getting shot by an ICE agent. They can watch that video and still come out of it with that stupid ass line saying, well, that's what happens. Maybe if you just complied. These people are the worst. They're not worth having a conversation with. I was in the military for 6 years, and one of the deployments that I had to do for the longest period of time was the Border Patrol. And for those who don't know, they have very similar rules of engagement when it comes to ICE officers. Regardless of even your opinion over the fact of, well, he drove a car at her, that whole entire process of them trying to open her door, trying to detain her, was completely illegal, so that is completely irrelevant. If a police officer just broke into your house and then framed it later like they had some probable cause that didn't exist, and then you as a reaction shot them thinking they're an intruder, that can be a similar situation here. But let's not excuse the fact that this woman wasn't driving at this officer. And even if you want to give that brain-dead opinion that, oh my God, he was scared for his life even though he was standing to the left of the vehicle when he started firing 2 more shots. Reality is, he's the trained professional in this situation, and she's a middle-aged woman being surrounded by ICE officers who are trying to break into her car. I think it's a reasonable reaction to back up and then try to drive away. The first thing that man did was grab his weapon. He wanted to do that. And anybody, I don't care what political stance you have, who really comes online saying that line of like, well, shouldn't have drove, should have just complied. These are the same guy, like older millennial, who makes the same type of videos, but then when older millennial got arrested, he's pissed his pants trying trying to resist arrest. These are the same people that on January 6th, when they're getting told what to do, they don't want to listen and they're breaking into buildings. And then when a woman gets killed doing that, they're just an innocent woman who is a patriot trying to stand up for her rights. This is the same type of energy as if somebody came up to you and you guys were having some type of argument, and maybe the guy lightly bumped into you, and then you thought, oh, he touched me, so I can shoot him. And everybody around you was like, yeah, totally justified. You shouldn't have pushed him. Two things can be true at the same time. Maybe in a perfect world, yes, she gets out of the car, she listens, even though legally speaking, she has no reason to even be detained in the first place. Also, that can be true that that officer, 2,000,000,000%, wanted to assert his power, wanted to show who was boss in that situation, and he wanted to shoot that woman. Because I don't care where you politically stand, if you can watch that video and really come back and say, yep, that was the correct way to handle that situation. There was nothing he could have done. Those people are not able to have a constructive piece of conversation about anything regarding their party because they will never hold their party accountable. It doesn't matter how much corruption is shown on their side. It doesn't matter how much evidence on the Epstein files there is. It doesn't matter if there's video evidence of a live murder. They will sit there and say whatever they need to do to not just admit that they are racist, they are homophobic, they are whatever they want to be. Moral of the story is, regardless of your political stance, if you watch that video back and you see anything besides somebody getting murdered, then you are too far gone. But that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think? I don't care whether...
All right. So obviously, I think, we can just presume that he's on the left, even though he said no matter what side you're on. He gave some very, very valid points. And so we see how he feels about this. Now, let's take a look at, someone who, appears to be, right, on the right, or possibly far right. So let's just take a look at that and see, her perspective on things here.
The cell phone footage from ICE agent Jonathan Ross, and I'm going to show it to you, and it's going to clear things up for those of you who are willing to believe facts. He's walking around the car. That's fine, dude. I'm not mad. Show your face. I'm not mad. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. You want citizen? Pull the fuck back. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I said go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Okay.
Outdoor. Get out of the door.
So she clearly sees him and continues to drive forward. Also, when he walked around the car, she was completely stopped because she was blocking traffic. That was her original intent. And her wife knew he was walking around the car. This was tragic, but hopefully now left and right can all be on the same page. Because so far all I've seen is the right is on the side of the facts, the absolute facts. And the left is on the side of bias because of their dislike for ICE. We now have the absolute facts.
Okay.
And the left is...
There's so many things wrong with what she just said at the end. Do you still see what I mean? You see what I mean about the right and the left? They're so focused on protecting an ideology, a political party, a person that they've given their life force energy to, whether it's Trump or, Biden or Kamala or Obama or whoever it was, that even if by chance they could be a little bit wrong, they will defend this thing to the death. Under no circumstances should you shoot to kill. I do not care what the person did unless they're holding a gun at your head and it's literally self-defense. Now, one might say she tried to run him over. I'm sorry, but she probably did. But guess what? He was standing right by the car where all he had to do was back up. If he had room enough to draw a gun and shoot in the head, then you had room enough not to get truly hit by the car. That's what I'm saying. And so two wrongs don't make it right. But even if someone's trying to hit you with a car, it's different from you standing on the side of the car and you standing in front of that car. And that car is coming towards you at full force. You could have shot the freaking tire, my dude. You see what I mean? There's so many things we could have done before it gets to the head. Do you understand this? And see, this is spirit talking because I've done an automatic drawing. So I already know what is happening. And I'm going to tell you. And this is really just to, the thing that has to change is we got to bring humanity back online. Everyone in these religions, I'm so sick and tired of y'all. Y'all will defend the priest to the death. I don't care if they've touched all your kids and yourself too, you still defending them. Black church ain't no better. I'm done with these organized cesspools of destruction. That's what it is. When we zone out, I look at everything from a zone out because we are what? We are a spirit consciousness. We have the bird's eye view. I'm going to tell you right now what I know. This automatic drawing that I just did while watching that video, there was a lot of energy in my hand, and I'm going to show you here. I started off here to the right, and this was the energy of the lady who was shot, right? And I felt that shows up on my right upper side. That's more spirit. But then my pen just, all the energy, and look, there's a face there. So I don't know what that's about. We're going to decode that. That's a nose. That's a mouth. That's a chin, baby. I'm wondering what this shooter looked like because, baby, source ain't never lied. See, women lie, men lie, but spirit will never lie. I don't care how many videos these people make, and I don't care what Trump camp says and transgender J.D. Vance, right, says. And he's sleeping with his inverted sister Erica Kirk, because by the way, you know that Erica is related to Trump. Sorry, that's just what it is in the spirit. They're related. Anywho, so that's a face there. Oh, then we get an eye right here. See that eye? Let me show you something. Let me show you. Very interesting. So we have the face here. I'm going to mark it for you. And then, so there's the face. And here is an eye right here. Right when I started to feel the energy, this is the ice agent. Let me show you what happened. And let me tell you what happened here. Source is saying, not myself. This is the woman. This is her energy. Then we have somehow from her energy, well, starting from here, this is the event. This is the shot. We have her. Then somehow we have something emerges, a face. A little bit of eye, nose, mouth, chin. And then we have an eye here. Maybe an eye for ice agent. And this energy here is the intentions of the shooter. I'm telling you, my pen was heavy. It was just heavy, pressing down, 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 down. He shot to kill. And I know that he didn't shoot to kill just for protection. If it would have stopped here up in the crown, because I divide the page into 3, this would be the head, you know, this would be like the body, the torso, and then this would be the feet down here. If he would have just shot out of just, I could even maybe feel him if he was like, I just reacted. And the energy was only the shot here. But the energy that I got, my pen just kept going down, 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 down. It was to completely kill and drain, and for it to last a certain amount of seconds is what I'm hearing. I'm not sure. 47 seconds, did they say? Let me take a look at that. Yes, it says the 47-second footage obtained by the Minnesota-based outlet. Trump is what president again? Trump is what number president? He's the 47th president right now. So, see, that was spirit. So people get in my comments about this random stuff, that's off base, that's not. No, you don't know source. You don't know spirit. That's the problem. Spirit don't lie. Spirit has no reason to lie. Energy will never ever lie. Okay? Spirit just said they wanted it to last for a certain amount of time. And in the article that was written, it says it lasted for, the video footage was 47 seconds. This is something that I believe, based off of this esoteric alignment, I believe that the right put out to try to win some favor in the primaries, in the elections. This is what this is about, y'all. They're willing to kill and target for political power and control. This is what I'm saying. And I don't care if we like these people, we don't. I don't care if they're all faceless to me. I'm just reading energy. I'm just telling you what the source codes say. And the source codes say that this was set up, and in Minneapolis is not the event happening with the Somalians and the fraud happening there. Let me see. Yeah. I think there's also something happening in Minnesota with the fraud, major fraud scandals. Yeah, happening in Minnesota, social services programs surrounding, involving some members of the state of Somali community. Okay, so we got a lot of activity happening there. We need the quadrants for Minnesota. I'm telling you, it's on some sort of esoteric ley line. It is energy harvesting central over there. Energy harvesting central. I might have to fly there myself and cleanse that place, because it is energy harvesting and surveilling. This is what sources are saying. It is a surveillance. It's surveilling us. They have some major surveillance tools there that are surveillancing the United States. That's what I'm saying. Okay? This is what I'm saying. So this is what it was for. So what do you think will happen next? Now, here's the thing, guys, because, I agree with that guy. Two things can be true at the same time. I always say that. This could be a real situation, and the press kit, the way the press is presenting it by the statements from the White House, could be set up to skew it for the esoteric, energy siphon. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is just what I see, and spirit just really doesn't lie. And let me show you guys this. And this is what Miss Crockett has to say. I found this, interesting.
Because it is so hard to sit here sometimes, because I didn't come to Congress to write laws or to do things that are hurting people. I'm just asking if there's any decency or heart or courage on that side of the aisle. The fact that a woman was killed, she was shot in her head, and y'all are pretending like nothing happened. I remember when Charlie Kirk got killed. Do you remember what our response was? Our response wasn't to sit there and pretend like it was okay. Is it okay because you have a badge? Because the last time I checked, allegedly no one is above the law. Can y'all not just have a little bit of courage and humanity? A child. asking if there is any.
By the way, Erica Kirk, girl, you could take some lessons from her. Like these are real, like organic tears. Like Erica Kirk, I'm just saying, you really could.
One that will stand for the very people that elected us and sent us to Congress. You tell us things like, well, the immigrants are bad. And so we got to get all these bills because the immigrants are the ones that are causing the harm. They're bringing the crime. The mayor of Minneapolis told y'all to get the out. Yet y'all are the ones. It is this administration that is bringing crime to their streets. That's what's happening.
It's the third incident where somebody has dropped an F-bomb in this committee, including the video.
I'm sorry.
Including the video that we had to watch
Are
earlier.
your princess ears okay?
Is it profanity?
The committee's ears
House of Representatives.
The committee.
About the fact that a woman.
Are you
The House of Representatives.
The gentlelady.
Are we offending your princess ears? Are they that soft?
All members will.
Maybe some of the kids out there.
Mr. Chairman, it is the
You're
gentlelady's
killing
time.
them.
It is the gentlelady's time. Let's let her have her time.
It is so hard.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So you guys took a look at that. Yeah, I mean, at some point, we got to just drop back into heart. That's the whole point of this whole thing. And you know that these people, the worst part is that both the leaders of the right and left are sitting in their offices and on their private jets and in their, on their fancy yachts laughing at us. You know that? They're laughing at us. And they've been laughing at us since the beginning of the time. This is why humanity's stuck in the matrix. You won't give it up. You need someone to control you. Some people need to be controlled by the right, or to be controlled by the left, or to be controlled by, what society says is good or bad. When are you going to just drop into spirit and just source things out for yourself and just become an authentic soul and live within that vibration? There'll be natural law and order, cosmic law and order, which is the balancing out of not only the masculine and feminine energies, but the balancing out of just the energy, the justice for all, the balancing out between the negative and positive. When we drop back into every individual, unplug from all of these systems of power and control, collapse the duality focal point, which is seeing both sides. I can see it from the ICE agent. I truly can, because my emotions aren't in it. I could see it. I could see it if I did not have my psychic tools, if I could see, if I just wasn't conscious like that. But this ICE agent shot to kill. He was there to kill. This is a kill shot. It had to drain all life force. My pen just was heavy. He was set. This man was hired to do that. Did I not tell you guys that Turning Point USA would be carrying out secret missions? What did I say? I didn't say this stuff because I don't have any, I don't care. I'm not in this stuff. I'm literally just viewing this stuff. And people, they just can't believe it. Oh, you're making it. No, what do I need to make it up for? I don't really care. I just care about humanity evolving throughout the ages. That's it. This ICE agent, this particular ICE agent, we need to someone dig and find out a bit of his past. Also find out a bit of the past about the woman who was shot and her wife. I'm telling you, if we look into their lives, we're going to find more esoteric findings, because where there's one, there are many. This man, that video was supposed to last for 47 seconds. Even if the video wasn't truly 47 seconds, the media is plugging in their esoteric stuff. It has Trump's branding on it as the 47th president. So it's already, they're telling you without telling you. When are we going to catch up? He's literally saying this is a ritual used for the 47th president. This woman died for a ritual. This ICE agent was hired to kill. That is what this supports. I don't know if he was a good man. I don't know if he wasn't. That doesn't really matter. He was hired to kill. Whether he had to do it, whether he had a choice or not, I don't know. But he was hired to drain every bit of life force, is what I am saying. But this is another esoteric Turning Point USA. How many of these will you do? I'm almost wondering if they had anything to do with George Floyd as well. Because, you know, him and Charlie Kirk's birthday is on the same day. And remember when Kris Jenner, the whole party that she had at the Jeff Bezos' house, she did a 007 license to kill party. This is the energy field we find ourselves in. License to kill. These elites feel that they have the authority to kill if it will keep them in positions of power and control over your consciousness. This is what it's for. In this year, you know, 2026, I really said I'm stepping all the way into the vibration of my spiritual name, Mother of the Ages. And so this is, you know, the more firm you are within who you are, the more you become more of who you were always supposed to be. Message somebody. Baby, I got bars tonight. I can't repeat that. That was just, you know, I must be channeling from like Tupac or something, because that just came out like a bar. I'm just saying. But when we really, really hold the vibration of who we are, we get more of who we were always supposed to be. And this is how we, if everyone goes back inside and just does that thing, then you will see all of their systems start to crumble. And then you will see the entities, just like the Wizard of Oz. It's just a little man on a soapbox, you know, speaking into a megaphone. That's it. Because none of these people, presidents, they're just the face. They're not controlling nothing up in here. They're not controlling nothing. They're not. This thing is all spiritual. It's all energy. And it's all ran by, used to be just the reptilians, but now machines. This is what we got. We got reptilians and machines running the show. And then these people get up on their platforms and talk as if we talking about people. I don't want to hear it in this year. I don't want to hear it. He said, she said, they did not. It's all reptilians and machines, people. That's it. And that's all. And I'm not even putting grays in the running, because really, grays are just like nothing. Sometimes they do some hardcore stuff. You know, some of those little suckers are strong, you know, to remove. But at the end of the day, they're not at the top of the hierarchy. We're truly talking about the Dracos and the machine. And the machine, heavy emphasis on the machine. And the machine is not just technology, but the machine, beloved, the original machine, is y'all pouring y'all energy into these people, into these political parties, into these movements, PSYOPs. Siphoning consciousness daily. And then you wonder why you can't manifest. There's no such thing as manifest. Man, I feast. You were born within prosperity. There isn't any such thing as you trying to will something in truly. When you clear their stuff out and get out of their rabbit holes and consciousness traps, then you just stand within who you are and you can just feast off of that instead of them feasting. That's why it's manifest, because you got to like will it all back to you because they took it. Because you keep poking your nose in other people's freaking business. This is Source on a roll tonight. Sorry, I'm screaming. I'm really nice. I'm not like this, but dang. Y'all stop being nosy. Get y'all nose out of these people's business. These political stuff ain't got nothing to do with you. Even these countries. And I'm a proud American, but I'm just saying this. Even these countries are not for you. These systems of power and control, they will psyop you for 47 seconds. They will put their knee on your neck to send a collective message. You better not speak or fight back, because we are here to stay in power. Not only the reptilians, but we are bringing extra artillery, which is the machines. Don't you speak. Same psyop with Charlie Kirk. Don't you speak. Hear no evil, Trump. Gray's bullet in the ear. See no evil. That's the AI Kirk, Erica Kirk bot running around with the high-rope whatever stuff and weird outfits on the stage. And then transgender JD Vance has hopped in the driver's seat of Turning Point USA, and now he's just driving this vehicle into more psyops and social media, I don't know, protest. And keep your nose out of their business. Withdraw from their system. If you can't see this by now, there's no point for you to be on this channel. You just need to go, because everything that I dissect, it will be to collapse the polarity, the law of polarity, to collapse the duality, going through the eye of the needle, learning both sides, and getting the heck out of their system of power and control. That is what I'm here for. You will never reach the 8th sphere of consciousness if you can't see the game for what it is. And this is, you guys, I was just told, Source told me to come and do this. I hadn't looked at these videos until now. I just quickly found the first or two things I saw, and Source said, come here and just do it. I will be here. I will just tell you what it is, and this is what it is. These are rituals for siphoning from you. I used to work in Hollywood. I interned at the news station before I started working as a producer. It's all fraud. The news stories come in, but some of them are left on the cutting room floor. Some of them are skewed. And the man with the earpiece is talking to another man, offset. A man that is also within these Masonic orders. They do not work for you. Stop thinking that they do. Stop it. I don't know what else to say. Stop. Stop it. They do not work for you. They never have. They never will. And you can like the person. You can like Trump. I'm okay with that. And you can like the left. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. But get out of their system. Because remember, Trump ain't Trump. Trump has been taken over. None of these people, when they get to a certain level, they all get taken over to be here. And this is the sad truth about it. Because some of these people were actually really good, actually had good intentions. I believe in the heart of humanity. I believe that people have more good intentions than bad. But when you mix an entity up in the mix, it will always turn gray. It will always turn dark. It will always will. And what we're dealing with is entity attachments, or rather covenants made with entities in the form of pledging to an organization or a Masonic or Freemasonry order. And you're really signing up for your body to be inhabited by entities. I get people say, oh, I might join the, what's the female version of the Freemason, the Eastern Star or whatever. It sounds a little bit more innocent, but at the core of it, I know people that were in it, and they said they did a lot of good work and charity events for children, all that. But what's behind it, I'm seeing with my spiritual eye, is just an entity. That's what it is. And every organization, to be honest, is, if you look at their icon, their symbol of of their business is what I'm saying. Their logo, you know, source is saying, if you really look truly into that, you will be able to uncode everyone's, you know, intentions. And that's what it's for. So we got to mind our business. And I know what you're saying. Well, you know, Mother of the Ages, we have to be in these systems. No, you don't. Oh no, but see, when you go, they only give you, you know, Democrat, Republican, and, you know, sometimes there's a good, you know, independent. Well, why is there only 3? If the universe is infinite, beloved, then why do you only have 2, sometimes 3 choices? Mainly 2, because people don't normally vote for independent, because then you take votes away from the person that could have won. So what? People say, I'm going to choose the lesser of 2 evils. Do you see how that sounds? If you're infinite, if you literally have access to source consciousness and everything in this multi-sphere, you saying to me that you only have the choice to pick between the lesser God, and that's who's ruling the show, by the way. You have not met the true God. All of your religions are hiding it from you because they're hiding you from you. If you look in the mirror and you keep staring and allow that consciousness to split, you're going to see that you are not the body, and that there is this infinite part of yourself, which is part of source, right? And energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Therefore, you are God, because God is energy. And that is the truth. And we could sum up and go to church and sum this up in less than 30 seconds. Why haven't anyone done that yet? It's very simple. You are energy and you are love. Go and be great. And greater things shall you do. Why can't anyone just say that? Because they have to keep you in the systems of power and control. And so when you get out of their business, it has nothing to do with us. You do something very special. You untether yourself. Your soul tethered to these things. Even when you fill out any forms, I don't care, you sign their birth certificate, take their census, all of that stuff, you are plugging in and agreeing to be plugged into their matrix. And their matrix is only to siphon. That's it. It's only to siphon. I wish I could say it was for something else, but, you know, that's really not the truth, because it's either they're on top or you're on top. And remember, they can't leave Earth. They've been sanctioned here. You know how ghetto Earth is? Really. It's ghetto Earth. We saw it last year. It's ghetto. If they could go anywhere else, don't you think they'd be there? No, they got lowered in frequency. Some of these beings fell from the Lyrans. Some of these, I'm channeling this, they were taken into captivity when the war happened, when the Great War happened with the Lyrians, the Lyrans. The reptilian groups that we have here, they were taken into custody. I'm channeling all of this. Yeshua Jesus, his soul imprinted there in the Lyran star system. And then he came again here within this vibration. But some of those people who were the bad guys in the Lyran star system, they were captured and brought here. They can't leave. And so truly what we have playing out here on the Earth School is just kind of this back and forth of what happened on Lyra. No, for sure it's Lyra or Lyria or Lyra. This is what Source is saying. I'm channeling this. And so maybe, you know, as a collective soul body, we go back to the original infliction, examining what happened on Lyra. And I had a few clients, actually quite a bit of clients who had lifetimes there. And I led them back in their past life regression. We went back to the war, to the event, and saw it all kind of crash down. And some of them were holding in trauma still from their time on Lyra. But this is what we have. The reptilians here, they are literally enslaved here. And that's why they have to enslave us, because they're enslaved. It's all inversion. And they always will deflect to you what's truly them. They will put it on you. It's not you. We're not divided. We are one consciousness. We are going back into group collective consciousness. And they want to keep you divided because that's the false timeline. That's not source timeline. That's the false timeline where you never get to the purification of the 12-strand DNA. You never get back to the original code. If you never get back there, then you can't actually go into the 13th vibration, which is to become the Christ. And so now I understand why the energy of Yeshua Jesus came, is because he already had run-ins with these lizards that are enslaved here. They're enslaved, and we're letting them run us. Seriously, guys, come on. That's what Source is saying. They're prisoners of war. We have prisoners of war running us, controlling us, and siphoning our life force energy because we can't stay out of their business. This has nothing to do with us. None of their systems have nothing to do with us. The moment you turn within, awareness within, go through that point in the heart, connect back with your own true soul essence, true life script, getting out of their reptilian brain, and the primitive template, which I spoke about with a client today, is their code. There's a part of our subconscious, guys, that has a template of a primitive template, which is your flight, fight, and freeze responses. This is what they use to now as a template to build trauma on. So within all of your subconscious template, why is the trauma able to stick? If we're really made of source consciousness, why is it trauma? Because they use technology to create their false. And this is coming from a clinical hypnotherapist. We're supposed to believe in the primitive mind all the way, but baby, you cannot put lipstick on this pig and tell me that it's good. It's not. It's coming from that reptilian code and the reptilian brain. See, these are there. They've been seeding themselves into our bloodline slowly. So they've been getting us that way, foundationally as a template. And then they set up all of these weird things right and left. What is that? Democrat, Republic. What is that? What about just be a human and be good at it? Huh. Her last name is Good. What about just be a good human? Why can't we just vote for the best human? That's too much like right. That just makes too much sense. We got to instead vote for 47 guy. Shoot him up, bang, bang, convicted felon. I mean, do your thing, baby. I ain't mad at you. But, or, collard greens woman. Kamala, we don't cook no dango collard greens. Wash them in no tub, girl. Sorry. Sidebar. You had to be there. It's our own inside joke, But, or you just got to vote for someone else. Either way, you're getting a clown show. These are clown shows and with clown shoes. I don't know what else to say, guys. It's asinine at this point. I have no idea what else to say. I'm making a joke out of it because it's funny to me. Get out of their business. That's the reptilians trying to take over this, them fighting each other. And you're just in the way following the people that are here for prisoners of war. Huh? Really? Where do they do that at? Confused. Like the video, subscribe. I'm confused. I'm really confused. And you guys, when you turn within, and you can go to church within your own soul essence. When you just turn within, you get rid of the cords. Once you remove your cords out of their system, it crumbles. You're going to see them turn into the entities that they are. Because the only reason why they're able to cloak, this is what Source is saying, is because they're wearing your energy. all of the things that you have to go outside and manifest and pull in, that's because they stole it from you a long time ago and reinforced through the systems of power and control. But you still can't see that. And that's why you got to go outside to get it back. When if you just go leave their stuff alone, mind your business, you will be on a sovereign path. And then the timeline will just, where they were in control, you just simply will not have anything to do with these people. I don't care if you run this place into the ground. I don't care who president, whatever president sits in that office. It's all been the same. And it's gotten worse, to be honest, over the years, because the energy, we have been preparing to leave the denseness of this space. And in some regards, you know, the pressure, energetic pressure, is allowing us to see the shit show. That ain't it, y'all. That ain't it. So do not get in the comments. You want to leave a comment. Oh, you know, the left is always just doing that, and the immigrants are sucking off the system, and the blacks, they want the reparations, and I'm not paying anything. They should be happy that they get to live in my country, says the person who's the colonizer, says the person who literally had to wipe out whole generations and civilizations. Sit down. You got a lot to learn within the spirit realm. You're going to learn very quickly that in the spirit realm, that ain't going to get you nowhere. Don't let these people fool you guys on this earth plane. Fool you into losing your soul. I'm telling you. I'm speaking from Mother of the Ages. We getting ready to rocket ship up out this place. And if you're still in these boxes trying to hold on to yesteryear's rules, they won't work in this new vibration. And I just got to keep it real, because I said this a long time ago through the Charlie Kirk psychic investigation. If America doesn't change its ways and get out of this right and left and black and white and you know, the immigrants are bad and this and that, and don't change their prejudice and racist ways, we will lose this country. We will lose it, and then every single person will be a second-class citizen. We will lose it. I'm just here delivering the message from source. That's it, and that's all. And so that's what I'm saying. And I could just go on and on about this, but there's really no need to. Yeah, Minnesota's where the George Floyd, and that was a PSYOP too. It's all part of the ritual. And if you were here earlier, the whole point, it lasted 47 seconds, the video of this, the footage, to match up with the esoteric, alignment of Trump being the 47th president. And what they're saying is this is a ritual for Trump. And if, the 46th president had did something, that was a ritual for the left. They're just taking turns eating your loosh, guys. They're just taking turns eating. Next, they want flesh. Yeah, I saw it. So if you don't withdraw from their system, you're going to be supper. That's all I'm saying. That's it. And that's all, folks. Yeah, I'm sure this is the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure if we sit with this stuff and unravel it, we can see this thing a million different ways, but it's still an esoteric thing. And, the lady that lost her life, I lift her up to her highest good. And, I just asked Source to cover her with a blanket of divine love and healing for this situation that happened. And sorry that you had to be part of a PSYOP. And just asked Source to cover her. But honestly, guys, when I do this work, within the past life regressions and all that, most of the times, you don't feel the pain of dying. You're just poof. You're out of the body. It's such a small, you might feel the leading up to it, but Source has a way of covering us with a blanket of love and protection, even while we're going through such things. We're always good and we're always whole. There's a part of our oversoul that's just the observer. We are projecting a part of ourselves. We are fractaling ourselves, right? Because this whole universe, the fractal universe, it's a mirror to show you duality. And once you get that, you collapse the timelines and you can go home. And you're not going to go home out of the matrix in the PSYOPs and, praising right or left or whatever religion and, whatever clown show of the week. I hope I don't get jaded with all this stuff. It's another clown show. I don't like it. Okay. Well, guys, that's what I want to say. Like the video, subscribe. But if you want to book your past life regression, there's a January special going on. Please do. Please do that. I have some openings next week. And if you want a weekend session, my calendar is closed on the weekend. But if you want a weekend session, you can just book for any day and time and email me that you'd like a session this weekend. And we will make it happen because I do have some time. And what else do I want to say? I am bringing back my quantum telepathic healing and psychic development course. I believe on March 13th. I think that's what Source has decided. I think this is very important for everyone to gain a level of keen discernment. This is really, truly psychic. Take that word out. That's just how the definition in the dictionary describes these things. You're just turning you back on. You're just turning your spiritual faculties back on. That's what this is. You are spiritual technology. That's what you are. It's what you've always been, but you've been covered up in all of the PSYOPs and all of the Masonic weird clown shows that they have going on. We are just releasing all of that. And the beauty about you learning how to do these things, I'm going to be teaching over 20 different quantum healing mechanics or modalities, right? And the beauty about you learning this stuff is that we are in the season of keen discernment. These eyes won't work no more. They're literally killing people, shooting people right in front of us, but the people aren't really being shot. So let that sink in. These eyes won't work anymore, guys. It's about developing the spiritual eyes and not just this eye. We have lots of different spiritual centers within the body that I teach about that can help us go ahead and ground into our keen discernment. Everyone's telepathic. I teach telepathy. It's very easy. Once you have compassion, you drop back into heart and be human again. Yeah, you will be telepathic. Instead of being divided in all the boxes. That's why you can't see nothing. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, we're going to learn, Reiki. We're going to learn energy medicine. We're going to learn Akashic records, mantras. We're going to talk about light language, source codes, quantum healing anatomy, all the different functions and faculties of the brain and how it projects consciousness or receives consciousness, so you understand where the codes are coming in from, and the vagus nerve and all these different nerves that really do sciatica nerve healing, how to heal that and pick out the traumas from that as well. It truly is, even if you wanted to just heal yourself, if you know how to do it, what we're doing here, we're just opening up, the energy. And so a lot of people came out of the last class with a lot of healing, a lot of past life memories, a lot of just epiphanies about their soul and their soul's journey, right? And of course, we'll learn channeling, and we'll do some, all that psychokinesis, all of this stuff, right? And so that'll be really fun. So if you're interested in that, just email me instructions for humanity@gmail.com, and then we can set up a free consultation to talk more about the course and see if that's something that you are ready for at this stage in your life. That's your birthday. Oh, happy birthday, early birthday. I was really sitting with Source in meditation because, we're doing our January fast, juice feast fast, or, vegan or whatever it is. And even if you haven't started fasting yet, I know that every single person that has joined will be on some form of liquid fast, whether it's juice or water, by the end of it, because we are cultivating an energy field. So this week, tomorrow actually, we will be doing our group past life regression. So if it's not too late to join, I'm shutting it off after this week, because last week was the first week, but it was just a week of prep. We were just preparing. And then this week, we're going to go to the event in our past lives. And then we're going to have like a template of what it is that we need to heal and release while we're on our fast. And then we're going to rev up the healing and all of the quantum healing tools that I will be providing for you guys during this time. So if you want to still join, that link will be down below. And it's, you know, it's a very cheap price, so anyone can afford it. And I just kept it cheap because I wanted us to fast, you know, and to really heal as a group, as a collective, right? So that's what I have for you this evening. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really, truly do. Right before I started the Charlie Kirk investigation, by the way, you know, I quit YouTube. You remember my video, I quit YouTube because YouTube was hating on me. But, you know, it's funny how energetically I quit it by I just unplugged from it. I stopped caring. When I stopped caring, you see how when you just get out of their systems, even this is a PSYOP. Thank you. Hi, YouTube. Don't knock me off. I love you. Come on, YouTube. You know, I joke. It's just for shits and giggles. I joke. I love you. But I'm being silly, guys. But, yeah. When you just unplug and you just stop caring and you just do the work. I just focus on doing good work. And that has been my saving grace. Last year was a very, very rough year. There's a lot of demons out and witches and warlocks, girl. And, you know, I had to navigate through those things. And the beauty is when you send love and healing vibrations to people and then you just go within and do the work. The work will sort out the energy. The work will sort it out for you because the work is an expansion. We're constantly expanding energy. So eventually you're going to run right into, you know, your own healing. You're going to run right into, you know, the infliction or the thing that someone did or didn't do. And so that's why this course is so important, because it allows you just to focus on that, the soul's work. That's what you're here for. It's a soul's journey. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm just reading some final comments here. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, just made watermelon, papaya and mint ginger juice. Yes, Vicky. Oh, I am taking that recipe down. I had some watermelon juice earlier. It was like watermelon, ginger, basil. I put a little bit of pineapple and orange in it just to spice it up a little bit. But I'm liking the mint. And I normally put ginger, but I didn't. But that's good. Thank you so much. You glad I came back? I'm glad I came back too, Tracy. I'm glad I came back because girl, this YouTube, I was like, what's going on? But I'm here. I wasn't really going to quit because I'm not a quitter. I just wasn't built that way. But I just stopped caring. It's like, you know, people find me. If I focus on the work, people will come. No matter how many, whatever, try to suppress the content. No matter how many people. Do you know that, just a sidebar, I'm telling you guys. There are some people that will literally pay to book a session just to see if they can try to like do something to me. I'm like, girl, don't you know I read energy? I see your name. There are some people who email me. I never emailed them back because I already know. You don't think I scan everybody before I take you on as a client? Am I foolish? Like, I don't get people like, wow, it's strange. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I just have to say that. It's like, I'm going to know. I had a person, I'll use that loosely, that came in for a session. They weren't even human. I'm like, could you not have emailed that to me? Like, girl, you know you're not human. You know, you are not human. You know, so it's interesting the things that you will see and get to experience. So the work is fun too. It's really fun, but you know, it's just funny when people will do that. They'll spend their money just to try to book a session just to see if they can like secretly learn. It's like, just take the class if you want to learn, or they'll secretly see if they can like project energy back. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm no, this is weird. Like, why can't we just be human? Just be human again. Just be human. Is that too much to ask for? I mean, really. I mean, really. Yeah, it's real silly. You'll be amazed what people will do. I've seen it all. It's just funny. Or the worst part is when I'll do the body scan. I'm like, yeah, you have an entity. And they'll say, no, I don't. I'm like, well, it's right here. I show it to them. I don't have an entity. I'm clear. I always do all of my spiritual, housekeeping. I'm like, okay. Did you not pay money to come and see me? I mean, what? I mean, most people in their lifetime will have an entity. It happens because the matrix keeps us lowered in vibration. That's what I'm here for. But if you don't, if you deny yourself the healing, I can't, you got to let me in, Bo. So it's kind of crazy. And, but what they'll do, they'll say, no, I don't have an entity. And then I'll end up clearing it anyway, because I can't send you off with the entity. And then they try to trick me into doing it for free. I don't like that. So, in this new year, I'm not doing stuff like that. One of the things I'm doing is setting boundaries. Is part of like the work I'm doing through the fast. I'm really letting go of the need to be liked or loved or wanted or anything like that. I'm just being more of myself. I'm just dropping out of the old system and even shedding the old skin to gain the higher version of myself. You got to give something. And the thing I have to give is the overgiving. And we all have something that we need to fast and heal from and to expand from. And that's one of my things that I'm doing in the fast is the overgiving. And, because I'm really, really a high level empath, I can feel the emotions on people, like of how it really, sometimes it keeps me up at night. I'm letting go of all of that. And I'm just leaving it within source consciousness to deal with the rest. Right. And so, so the boundary extends to not just my personal life, but my professional life. So we'll not be overgiving. I'm always overgiving, right? Discounts here and there. I love discount. I love a discount. I always discount, but you know what I mean? Or, I'm supposed to be in the session for an hour, but I'm like 2 hours in. Stuff like that, because I'm starting to understand that, this is all part of self-care and part of your self-concept. I'm going into a spiritual teaching. Sorry, y'all. The ones that just came around for the F around and find out video. Bye, guys. But the ones of us who, like the spiritual teachings, I'm just finding out these little nuances. And this is what's so cool about doing this work with you all. Every time I see things that need to be healed within you guys, we're all templates for each other and mirrors. We live in a fractal universe. We live in a mirrored universe just to reflect back to us so that we can ascend and expand out from there. But I learned from you guys, and these are the things that I've learned. And so I'm working on setting those boundaries, right? Having stronger boundaries, personally and professionally. And I've been able to exercise that in my personal life. And that was really tough because, it was with the elder, but it doesn't matter. I am a whole sovereign soul, and I come here with a purpose, a plan, and a heart. And I have boundaries, and I don't care who you are. You will not, your rights end where my rights begin. This is the space that I'm now occupying. So in some way, the Mother of the Ages is helping me step into this role. And it's actually helping me, be a little bit more, not passive aggressive, but to be a little bit more just upfront and honest, right? And not tiptoe around like these are the expectations, right? And that's been really hard for me to do my entire life. I was always kind of, and I'm telling you guys my early days, then like my teens and 20s, like this doormat energy where I just didn't want to like ruffle any feathers, say anything, hurt anyone, cause anyone pain, but it ended up causing me pain. And so now, like, it took me 20 years to figure that out. Oh, if you put yourself down and don't set boundaries, you will accumulate the pain that was meant for others starts to accumulate within yourself when it's not even your stuff, because I'm in their business. That's why I'm saying get out of their business, because if I had left their business and let people hold their own balls, you know, hold your own pain, you know, then, you know, offer the help I'm going to offer, but don't like weigh it on my shoulders, you know, and that's what I'm during this fast, releasing some of those things and just setting more boundaries. And this is part of my self-concept, is saying that I love myself enough to be respected by others in every capacity, you know? And so I hope you guys are working on something that you've been struggling with for maybe even your entire lifetime. That's been something for my entire lifetime. And, you know, I'm getting better and better every year. I can honestly say that. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Good evening. Angel, I will see you tomorrow in the class. And I got your message on the chat. We will. It's amazing, and we've been learning a lot from you. We've been talking about in our chat our triggers and stuff, about like, you know, juicing and like not eating, and you were saying like the preparation. Some, you know, one person was like, just the preparation of preparing food is a trigger, or is the part that they miss, you know. I don't remember how it was worded, but I'm like, you know what, that's interesting, because we never think about that, the prepping and the planning, because that is how also too, it's all very relevant. How they spend us, we got to think about food all day, because we got to prep it, we got to eat it, we got to do so much. How many hours of the day are they really taking from us? There's no way we're getting 24 hours. It's just not. We're not actually even getting our full 24 hours. That's why we're tired. A lot of our hours are being taken away, especially social media too is taking a lot away from us as well. And so yeah, with me it's really weird, because I can fast. Once my mental body is locked in, I can fast. It's actually easier for me to do a water fast than to do this juice fast. Is challenging because you have to still think about, you know, you have to, the preparation. It's a lot of prep, right? But, you know, with the water, you just drink water. That's it. You don't have to worry. Just drink water. And you just know you're just having water, right? So this is a challenge for me, and because it's more of a cleanse, right? Not necessarily a fast, although it is still fasting. So I'm taking it on, and I'm learning a lot about my body, my mind, my emotions, and I'm really proud of myself this week. I was able to stand up to 2 people. I was. And, you know, and not to say I'm like you know, you could just walk over me. It's not like that at all. But I'm just saying, like, you know, when there's people that you respect, right? And that you look up to, you often at times won't tell them the truth. But, you know, this is part of you coming into your full self and sovereignty, is to be able to, you know, still have these, you know, to hold your own, to have your boundaries, even with people that you love and respect, is what I'm saying. And that's when you know you're ready for the next stage. And that's why a lot of people's manifestations don't work out, because what you say that you want, you haven't even exhibited right now in this vibration, that you can actually hold that. You got to be able to hold these things. So you get out of their business, focus on yours, and focus on expanding out so you can hold more. When you can hold more, when your container is clear and free from trauma and triggers, you can hold more, than you will gain more. Like energy binds to like energy. Don't get me here teaching tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the class. And if you want to do your last minute enrollment, there should be a link down below. I'd love to see you guys there for the group past life regression. And then we're gonna blow the lid off the sucker. And I'm about to get in, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to be the drill sergeant. We about to fast up in here, y'all. We ain't gonna be playing around. Seriously, no, we gonna get to the goal. You know, I'm just let you off easy the first week or 2, but baby, we gonna fast. We're going to make change. We're going to shift collective templates. We're going to have a shift and an ascension within ourselves. I'm here for change. That's what I'm here for. So get ready, guys. We're about to get this. We're about to get it. Okay. Awesome. You feel the same way? Okay. Awesome, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I love you guys so very much. I love you. And so it is, as we walk together in divine love.